spirit's still got to go forth, man. You still got to have this truth go up, man. So getting back onto the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and that was at the 5th verse. It says, they come from a far country, right? From the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So the Most High is going to have it to where them different nations out there that are finding out the Americans, the Edomites, and them different Edomite nations that you got out there are deceivers, man, are deceptive. And it's a funny thing because the Most High's got it to where even Esau's house is divided, man. And that goes up back onto what it says within the scriptures. If Satan's house be divided against himself, how shall his house stand, man? All right, how shall his house stand? But the Most High is gonna have it to where, and really, it's not gonna stand. All right, that's why the Most High is gonna have it to where it's gonna crumble and fall, man. All right. So the Russians coming up against the Russian Edomite coming up against the American Edomite, that was also a big setup, man. All right, because you ain't got it to where there's a big, obviously there's differences that the Most High put forth, right, between the house of Judah and the house of Ephraim, but they ain't out there, setting up nukes against each other and so on and so forth. But that's what the Russians are doing against the Russian Edomites doing against the American Edomites. Why? Because Satan's house had to be divided up against himself, so that ultimately he'll wipe himself out away from the face of the earth, man. So they're gonna wipe themselves away from the face of the earth, man. They're gonna mutually destroy each other. But see, we're gonna be putting our hand into it, and there's gonna be a remnant that's gonna be saved out of that. All right, just to be the first fruits of slavery, man. That's what the Lord's gonna do, man. All right. This book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and the 5th verse. It says, "They come from a far country, even the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. This is how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the almighty ones, and there shall all hands be faint." Right? So how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, right? And it shall come as a destruction from the almighty, therefore shall all hands be faint. Right, and every man's heart shall melt. All right, so you got it to where these different military guys, they're in that state of because pretty much what Esau's done with those video games, he's made killing easy in terms mentally for these different GIs and so on and so forth, and different government issued military men that you got out there. But when this destruction comes forth, man, it's like how it says in the book of Isaiah, the 58th chapter, around about the 10th verse. Right, the righteous shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. That means there's going to be so much destruction out here, all right, that is actually going to make a man's heart to melt, man. Your mind is actually going to bug out. These different guys are actually going to bug out because of what's going to happen out here, man. It's going to be that wild, man. All right, it's going to be that buck wild, all right. But certain guys just gonna give up, man. They just gonna no, man. I ain't with that military thing today. They ain't gonna go to work that day, man. That's how buck wild is gonna get, man. All right, because you're gonna be dealing with not only the war, not only the RFID chip, right? You're also gonna be dealing with pestilences, whether that be the different biological weapons that Esau is gonna use against the masses of the people. All right, you're also gonna be dealing with famines and so on and so forth, man. All right, we know right now this is just the beginnings of sorrow. This is just the start of it, right? All in all, you still gotta, hey, that's why the scripture says every man's gonna. Because I'm trying to put it into words. I'm trying to put it into a perspective because the scripture says through the fear of the Lord we persuade men. All right, but really you can't put into words into perspective what the Lord's is gonna put out there. Really, Esau does a good job. The Most High puts the spirit on certain guys that could be Jakes out there within the media world. But ultimately, man, he has it to where them different people have them visions and they bring forth movies like Judgment Day, Terminator, and so on and so forth. All right, so you can actually see what's going to happen out here, man. All right, those are like visions, little clips of what's going on. I mean, obviously, you ain't going to have it to where a rogue nation takes over the fucking world or some shit like that. That's Esau's wet dream. All right? But in terms of destruction that's going to play out, That's actually gonna happen, man. You're actually gonna have it to where you're gonna be walking around like damn, that's someone's bones over, man. Hell, the scripture says something to the effect of there's gonna come a time when there's gonna be guys gonna be designed to see another man's face, man. All right, there's gonna be times you're gonna be walking around, you're gonna desire to see another man's face, man. All right, that's how scarce and sparsely populated this place is gonna become, man. All right, but the Most High, all amidst of that, is still gonna deliver His man. He's still gonna deliver the people that do the work that do this work, man. All right. Back in the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and this is the 8th verse. It says, "And they shall be afraid; pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, and shall be amazed one another as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both in wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate." And that's hey, the Most High, right? His Son Yahushua, they're out there hastening in the day when they're going. The Most High's got a time period that He wants to do it. He said He's marked the date on the calendar, if you will. So He's gonna do it then. All right. Scripture says even Yahushua doesn't know the date, man. All right. And ultimately, what's happening is He's hastening in the day. When you go into the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, right? When you go to the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, the scripture says, the souls of the just complain continually, man. All right? They complain continually at what? They complain continue at the fact that this kingdom is still going to persist, man. Because they see their fellow servants. So, for instance, King Mashar, right? He's out there in the spiritual realm looking at his servants, starting off with the apostles and saying, man, Lord, when is this thing gonna be destroyed, man? That's why they say the souls of the just complain unto me daily, man. That's our souls and spirit as well, man. Our nafash, man. Our rakah. All right, that does a praying for us too, man. All right, I can't tell you the scripture right offhand like that, that particular one. But it's pretty much something to the effect of our spirit. You might be sleeping and I've woken up out of that sleeping in your spirit. You're in the spirit, you just prayed to the Most High. All right? Because you asked for it in the spirit. You weren't thinking about it. It was just in the spirit. All right? But like it says here within the scriptures, man, getting back onto not to sidetrack too much, the Lord's going to come back in His fierce anger. So just like how they're all hastening the day, we got to hasten the day, man. All right? Just like how they're looking for the downfall of this kingdom, we gotta look for the downfall of this kingdom, man. All right. Let's get back into the scriptures. It says here, "For the stars of heavens and the constellation thereof shall not give their light, and the sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. It says, I'll punish the world for the evil and their wicked for their iniquity." So the Lord's gonna punish the world, right? The earth, all of the people out here doing all kind of wicked shit and all that, man. The Lord's gonna punish them for that, man. All right, go to where they make it a sport to sleep with another man's woman. All right, hey, man, I experienced that stuff. And that's some old weak. I don't get that, man. I don't understand that. Why do and you have a dude. And I've witnessed this, man. There was a dude, he had all kind of women, man. Sleeping with all kind of women, man. Right out there in the hundreds or some shit. He used to brag about this shit. And he sees a little guy, has one little thing, man. And that's just what that guy deals with, man. All right? And the spirit jumps on this guy to try to get the guy's woman, man. That's completely wicked. But see, the Most High records all of this stuff, man. And it's it all adds up. And then you get it to where people wonder why certain guys die grievous deaths, man. Right? You get it to where people wonder why certain babies get born maimed, man. Why? Because it all goes back onto what they did in their former life when they did all manner of wickedness, man. And that's what and that's what's happening now. But see, now the judgment's gonna come by way of not necessarily you coming back on the other side, all right? In a fucked up state, because that will take a couple of generations. This thing ain't gonna take a couple of generations to pop off, man. So now the judgment's gonna be okay. The Lord's gonna suffer you to do your wickedness. You're gonna do it anyway, all right? Here's where it's gonna get dirty for you. Here's where it's gonna get messy for you. All right. The Most High's got the spirit out there within them different Middle Eastern nations and them Russians and so on and so forth to bring forth them instruments of his work, of his judgment, of his indignation. You're gonna be amidst them. All right, and you're gonna get the worst part of it. Hell, the scripture says they shall seek death and not find it. That's how grievous it's gonna be for certain guys like that, for the wickedness and their arrogance, that pride, man. All right. You felt a certain way. You felt elevated in a certain way. The Most High is gonna abase you, man. All right, to where you gonna, hey, hell, sir, I believe in the spirit. Some guys are gonna get it so bad they're actually gonna pray to the Most High to kill it, man. All right, because they're gonna try to kill themselves and they're just not gonna accomplish it. So they're gonna have to pray to the Most High to kill them, man. I believe that in the spirit, man, because certain guys have been that wicked, man. All right, hell, in the spirit world, we know that Esau's gonna try to kill himself off because he's gonna be catching so much hell, he ain't gonna get it, man. All right, so I know certain Jakes out here, right? When this thing goes down and the Most High's men is delivered, they're gonna really look for death, but they ain't gonna find it, man. All right, and that's a beautiful thing that the Most High could crave death, man, because it's so bad for you out, right? And that's all coming. That's it, right? We're just waiting for it to fully blow out, man. Because that's out there, them guys out there in the Middle East and their children's legs get blown off, man. All right, or his legs get blown off, man. You know, that guy ain't, that geezer's not happy, man. That's like a day-to-day occurrence, man. All right? That's like a day-to-day occurrence for them guys out there, man. Right? Because why? Because Esau brought forth them. You know, he wants to set forth his government, and you know, you got to set up forth his order and so on and so forth. And, you know, he's gonna do that by way of the chaos, man. Right? His chaos theory, man, to create chaos, man. All right. Let's get back onto the scriptures, book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and the 10th verse. And it says, "For the stars of heaven shall not, stars of heaven, and the constellation thereof shall not give their light." All right, and they shall be darkened. And the sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon, right, shall not cause a light to shine. So the stars of heaven, man. That's literally talking about the stars of heaven, but also it could cause, you could use it to describe how these different actors and so on and so forth, and so-called superstars out there. You can just use that to describe them, man. All right. Here it is. You got it to where, you know, you got these so-called rap actors and rappers and so on and so forth, and they're like the stars of this. You ain't gonna, hey, at the flick of a button, you ain't gonna be worried about the next, you know, Lil Wayne's latest song or 50 Cent. I don't know what these kids listen to these days, man. All right, but you know, which I'm a child, I ain't trying to elevate. I'm just saying, you know, I never really been about that stuff, but you know, whoever's the latest person out there with the latest song, you ain't gonna be worried about that, man. Why? Because you're gonna be worried about food, man. When your next meal's gonna come forth. All right. But ultimately, on a macroscopic level, man, that's talking about the nuclear missiles, man. All right. That's talking about the nuclear missiles to where you got, you got what's known as nuclear winter. What's a nuclear winter? The Most High is gonna send those nukes to come down, boom, bang, get all kind of dispersal of dust, smoke, right, flames, right, and that's gonna cover the clouds and the skies, right, and you ain't gonna have it to where the sun, the moon, all the stars and the constellations shining through. Now, that's just really part of it, man. Right? There's another side of that. If the sun's not having it to where it's light, gets down to the grass and the herbs and so on and so forth, that's what the cows ain't eating. All right, the cows ain't eating, you ain't got no food, right? The grass is not growing, you ain't got no rice or anything like that, man. Alright, so you're not eating. Alright? So people gonna go revert, and especially you eating, man, you're gonna revert to that state of cannibalism. Alright? They had I believe it was the book, you know, I believe it was in the movie James Bond, and I watched the quote just the other day, in fact. Alright, it was in the movie James Bond. Alright, and the geezer said, you know, his mother owned a particular island. Alright, all of a sudden they had rats. So what they did, they trapped all of the rats inside a tub, or not a tub, rather more a barrel. All right, so they trapped the rats in a barrel, the rats became hungry. You start eating each other one by one, man. And that's what you people are gonna be like, man. Especially you so-called Jews, man. You're gonna get hungry. Then your son or your daughter is gonna look like a nice piece of steak one day, man. All right. You know, you might come back. Your woman's eating your kids, man. That's what's gonna happen out here, man. All right. Because you're gonna have what's known as a nuclear winter, man. Right, and you ain't gonna have it to where food or anything like that is gonna be able to grow, and you ain't gonna be able to raise, you know, your cow to graze and so on, and all kind of stuff like that, man. All right. Back into the scriptures, it's the book of Isaiah, 13th chapter, and the 11th verse. It says, "I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I'll cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I'll lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And I'll make a man," is talking about the Israelite, man. So as all that's happening over here, with all the wicked and Esau, right? This is what's gonna happen to the righteous, the elect, and so on and so forth. All right. And I'll punish the world for their evil and iniquity, and I'll cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I'll lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, and I'll make a man more precious than fine gold, even the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore will I shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove it out of her place. So the Most High is going to happen to where this earth is going to be shaken, man. All right, it's going to be shaken. Hell, when you go into the book of Mark, the 13th chapter, it says something to the effect of, he was sitting down on Mount Olives, and his disciples came to him and said, "Look, hey, check out this, man. That's all right. When our forefathers built that." That's what he would have been saying, man. Yeah, check out these stones, man. They pretty, right? Right, trying to see, you know, what kind of, you know, what the Lord goes for, and, you know, how He's going to respond. And the Lord, you know, it was kind of cool. He said, "Look, man, don't you know there ain't going to be one stone left upon another, man?" That's the response the Lord said, man. It's going to come a time where there ain't going to be one stone left upon another, man. All right? That's because he was pretty much speaking in terms of prophecy, man. All right? You're going to be left one stone upon another, man. That's how it's gonna. That's how it's gonna be out here for these people, man. All right. He says there, "I'll shake the heavens, man." So the Most High is gonna rattle, you know, your so-called. Excuse me, I got snot going all over the place. You know, it's a bit chilly out here and that. So he's giving me the sniffles. It says, "I'll make a man more precious than the fine gold wedge of than fine gold, and than the golden wedge of Ophir. And I'll shake the heavens." So the Lord's going to shake these heavens, dainty things that He so delights in. All right? It says, "Therefore will I shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place," right, "in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, in the day of His fierce anger, right, and it shall be as the chased roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land." So that's when people are going to start leaving. They're going to be wanting to go back home and go into their different countries and different zones and where they belong and all of that. All right? Why? Because you're going to be having hell out there in America, man. Ultimately. Right? That's the main place that the Lord's going to have that destruction take place. Right? And you're going to get places that are going to have to be destroyed too, man, because they're all full of wickedness, man. All right? It says there, right, and it says, "And they shall be as a chased roe that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee every man into his own land." All right, "And everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword." So all of them guys that are joined unto Esau, man, all right, they've got allegiance with him, man. All right, all them that are his confederacy, man. All right. All of them's gonna fall by the sword, so they're gonna have to go another side, man. They're gonna have to go another way, man. They're gonna have to, they're gonna have to, go with the Russians. Like you go to where the Russians and so on and so forth, and them other guys, they're setting up their own, and the Chinese, they want to set up their own economy and all of that, man. All right. It says there, shall be as a chased roe, and the sheep that no man taketh up. All right, and they shall every man turn to his own people and flee into his own country. Everyone that is joined unto them, and everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Right, and their children right, shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished, man. So we're gonna roll up into their houses, we're gonna roll up, into their women and all of that. But this is what they says about them, the Russians says, behold, I'll stir up the Medes against them. They shall not regard their silver, and as for their gold, they shall not delight in it, right? And their bow shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity upon the fruit of the womb, and the eyes shall not spare children, right? So pretty much, man, you get a gist of that. Let me read it actually. Let me finish this up. It says, in Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms of the Chaldees' excellencies shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's going to be left as a monument, right? Just like how the Most High left Sodom and Gomorrah as a desert waste, not really, but as a perpetual reminder of what happens when you piss the Most High off. In other words, to put it in layman's terms, man, this is what happens when you piss the Most High off. All right. It says there, and it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch his tent there, neither shall the shepherd make his fold there. Right, it says, but the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their doleful creatures, right, and the owls shall dwell there, and the satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the islands, right, and they shall cry in their desolate houses, and the dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is come, right, her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. All right, so the Most High is prescribed, right, Babylon, which is America, a certain amount of time before it gets destroyed, and it ain't gonna be prolonged, man. Right, that's the time that it's been allocated for your kingdom to be on earth, and that's it, man. Right, so you pretty much that. I'm gonna say double honors, all praises unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, first and foremost. Right, double honor to the apostles of GMS. Right, honestly, brothers that be pushing this truth with sincerity. All right, see you in the next one. Shalom.